What did you notice about France in their lead up to that game, and how did you counter your talent with how they set up?
Well, I'm going to answer that question, but I'm actually going to say this because we got battered for celebrating 13 goals, right?
Yeah.
This is why I say it, like the 13th goal, because those goals, it's about your players. And the 13th goal happened to be Carly Lloyd's.
Yep.
And to see the journey that Carly had been on, the sacrifices that she made, you know, how hard it had been for her to score in the World Cup. It wasn't about the scoreline. It wasn't about, that was about celebrating that person.
Absolutely.
And I think people kind of lose sight of that, you know, that's truly, that it truly is that moment. I mean, you should YouTube Sammy Mewis's parents seeing their daughter, and they've driven that kid to ultimate trainings. All the to see her score. Maybe it was the 9th goal. You can't not be joyous about that. And what I also know is I don't think it was, I think in a way it's disrespectful to your opponent to kind of dial it down.
Yeah.
I mean, Thailand beat people in the qualifiers 8-9-0, so it's part of the game. But I think ultimately, you know, goals counted, so we wanted to make sure we had enough. In terms of, you know, the France, all right, well, we had plenty, okay. But I think as it relates to France, you know, it's ironic because the Germany coach in 2015 before the semifinal said the exact same thing. The Americans are arrogant and it'll hurt them. And you know, and I explained to the media, I don't think it's an arrogance. I think the confidence, the way you carry yourself, they're not going out and demoralizing the opponent. They're not trash talking. They are talking up themselves. And I think for women to do that, I think that is unbelievable. So, you know, in so many different arenas, it's, you know, you're not, and so I think that was a showcase actually. You know, I have a 14-year-old daughter, and self-esteem is the biggest thing I want my kid to have, because that will carry her through life, to believe in herself. So, I know I'm getting to France, hang on.
No, it's great, I love it.
But I think the way we carried ourselves, I think the players were so confident because we were prepared. I mean, I think if you asked any of them, they knew exactly the job to do. And I actually think France hadn't done their homework. And the fact that they didn't know at times we could shift into a back five, we did that purposely. We knew they were going to attack us on the wide areas. We caught numbers central. We countered that. Because in a game, it's an ebb and a flow. It's like your lives. Sometimes you're here, sometimes and you've got to ride out that ebb and flow. And so in that 90-plus minute game, we wanted to make sure we had enough tools to manage those moments. The other thing that I was, you know, we always play at home, and we always have massive crowds like this. It's so different when you're playing on the road and you're getting booed by 30,000 people, trust me. So I also knew we had to have a countermeasure to that, and that was at times making it very hard for France to play. We didn't give them what they wanted. We kind of sat in a little bit, and then we hit them on the, you know, so I think we manipulated it in such a way that it showcased our strengths, but I also think it showcased their lack of preparation.
Absolutely. So